Hello. Hello, hello.
Hello, everybody. How we doing? I'm
Gar-
sorry, I haven't had a shave or anything.
Gary's
I've
got
no-
his headphones on.
I had no time. Do you know why? I bought myself a new pair of headphones because I left my AirPods at home.
I tell you what, your sounds good.
Well, in actual fact, if I was to change it to be out of these, it would be absolutely rubbish. This is actually directly out of my laptop. You're hearing the mic.
Is it? Because your mic's really good on your laptop.
It
That's
isn't it?
excellent.
I was surprised. If I go into settings, I shouldn't do this really. Excuse me, everybody. If I go to my mic and I put it on my headphones, it's pretty rubbish,
Well, that's awful.
isn't it? And I didn't like it at all because I tested it. So I'm stuck Mac.
That's brilliant on your Mac. Very, very good quality on your Mac.
It is. It is. I'm actually not sure whether it's even better than the AirPods.
I think it is. It's nice. It's noticeable. Anyway, right. Sorry about that. We're just having a nice little chat there.
Sorry about that, people. Right, let's get
Julie's
on and say hello
here.
to everybody.
Oh, you're first.
Oh, is she top of the shop?
Well
done.
Hello from Scotland. Catherine Brown's here. Hello, Charlie Brown. How you doing?
Hi, Charlie.
How's
How
everything?
you doing?
How's the trimming going on?
Isn't she doing a good job with Woodstock?
She is doing a good job with Woodstock. Hi all. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to you. Hello, everyone, says Vivian. Louise Pugh's here. Hi, everyone.
Thank you for your message.
Angie Medler's here. Hello from Central Virginia, USA. Annie Hogan's here. Hello, Annie. Good to see you. Sandra's here. Hello from Czech.
Hi, Sandra.
Angela Garberg. Hi, everyone from southern France. Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Pia's here from Finland. Hi from hot Finland. Is it indeed? I saw a foal today, just 1 week old. She was perfect. I found myself wishing her everything in good in life, starting with hooves. Like Bond said, no time to die. I find myself doing that.
I had similar experience today, Pia. I was driving through the New Forest pretty much all day, and there was New Forest ponies everywhere. The little foals, and if they weren't suckling off their mum, they were running around or they were fast asleep.
But not in a stable.
But not in a stable,
not
and
in a pen.
many hectares
with lots of other horses.
Of an old king's playing ground to play round.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Jeanette's here. Bonsoir again from northern France. Dawn Lim, hello, lovely people from a sunny Wales for a change. How lovely. It's turning here too. It's quite nice. What's it like where you are, Gary?
It's been nice, but it's been showery. But somebody's been watching over me today. Every time I was in the car, I was wet, and every time I was out with a horse, it was bright sunshine.
It works like that's like the traffic lights. That's like the traffic lights staying green, isn't it? God, just stay green, stay green. Yes, just another one. Yes.
No sogginess today.
No sogginess today. Janet Welsh is here. Hello, evening, everyone. Sarah's here. Hi, everyone. Hello. Hi, everyone from Portugal. Hi, Caroline.
We're going to have to learn for all of these languages how to say good evening.
I think they've tried. We just can't remember them. Good day. Good morning from Australia. That's easy. Well, it's Tuesday morning at 5:12 a.m. 5:20 it'll be now, isn't it? Maggie Thrussell's here. Evening all. Susie French. Maggie. Hi from Wales. Quite a few of you from Wales. Hi, Susanna. Good to see you.
Hi, Susie.
Nikki's here. Hi, Nikki. Good to see you. Morna's here. Hello, Morna.
Hi, Morna.
Lots of waves, lots of waves. Monica's here. Hello, Monica.
Hello.
Virginia's here. Hello, Virginia. Good to see you. Kelly Moore. Hi, peeps. Finally a sunny bank holiday in the UK. Woohoo. Oh, is this bank holiday Monday, is it? Megan. Hi, Megan. Hello, everyone, says Megan. Carol Colbert's here. Morning. Libby, hello. Gosh, there's so many of this evening. Megan McDermott, I am so excited to be here, she says. We're excited to have you.
Are you
Welcome
new?
aboard. Well, I know the
Is
name.
this your?
So
Do we know
I know
you
you know.
from the page? Have you been on a live before? We're excited to have you either way.
Either way, we're excited to have you. Rebecca's here. Hi, Hoof Warriors. Hi. Catherine says, thanks, he is doing better. Yay. Oh, good, Woodstock.
Good
That's
job.
really good to hear. Good
Lovely
job.
Woodstock.
Getting that balance right. Balance, balance, balance. Erin, hello from Ohio, USA. Emily Busey's here. Good evening. Hello, Emily.
Good evening.
Jenny says, good bar morning with a little cock-a-doodle-doo as well. Wink, wink. Now, Gary, now you are sharing your headphones, but we need you to share your green cursor.
Yeah, what we're going to have to do is if she decides to go and get a picture, we're going to have to stop commenting and halt everything for her to go into her settings to get a pink cursor.
Oh, no.
Lindsay is going to have a pink cursor. I'm going to have a green cursor.
Okay. I'll try and learn how to do it. Catherine says, I did get the track back up. I'm a little concerned of the little grass on it, so I haven't put the horse on it yet. Well, you're kind of damned if you do and damned if you don't,
Damned
right?
if you don't.
So you kind of have to just go, get them on, make sure it's not too wide. Keep it narrow when you first start out. Not wide at all, narrow. They can trample that darn thing down. Not too long either. And then it will start getting rid of it, and then you can sort your track out. It's kind of, you have to start somewhere. And I know, it feels like not the right time, but yeah, you have to start somewhere.
They
They'll
need
start
movement too.
pooing and peeing on it very fast. Jenny Cox is here. Good morning from Australia. Kelly says, Anna's away this week. She's trying to get on here, but her Wi-Fi isn't great. She said to say
I
hi.
think Anne is here, I think.
Oh, she's
and
arrived.
I think she's got some exciting news, I think.
Hi, Joe from Ireland. Nice to see you. She's here. Okay. Hello. I made it from a very wet Cornwall. Oh, whereabouts in Cornwall are you? We're in the caravan. So happy that Massey's abscess burst on Sunday. Okay.
Oh, God, I haven't got my book. I haven't got me. Hold on.
Pen. Brilliant. Look at him sat on his bed. That and his mum's house. That's awesome. Did you take any photos, Anne? We always like to see photos of abscesses. And did it burst at the back of the foot or at front? Where did it burst? Tell us where it burst.
The coronary band.
What's it?
Well done, Max.
Was it up the toe?
Not sure. I just saw a wee message on the group when I was flicking through very quickly earlier. But it was definitely at the coronary band.
Lisa Ruard's here. Am I saying that right, Lisa? Ruard or Ruard? Ruard. I don't know how to say it. Tell me phonetically what I should say. Are you new? It's good to see you. Hello, everyone. She says, Charlotte's here. Hello, Charlotte's back from
Hi, Charlotte.
Loughborough. Beth's back to uni, I think. Is that right? Am I right? Aston says, welcome, Megan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. She's new here. Pony boy. Yes, now I get you. Taking the challenges, but many questions. Feed them in, girl. Feed them in. We can't guarantee we're going to answer all of them, but have a list. So how long's your list? Is it a massive list? Is it as big as me? It's a huge list. We can't answer everything in the challenges, but that's the point. It brings up more questions, and then we're here. You can ask. Therese, hello from Sweden. Hello, Therese. Good to see you. Lynn's here. Hello, Lynn.
Hi,
all
Lynn.
the way from Bowie in Maryland. That's right, isn't it? Paula Smith, hello from stormy upstate New York. Hello, hello, hello. Is it stormy? Is it? Jenny Hyperius is go on, Lindsay. Come over to the dark side of curses. But yes, hot pink. It'll be hot pink. It definitely will be hot pink, I think. It's hot pink for me. I'm not one of those girls that goes down pink car, but I do like a bit of pink. Sarah says, spent the day pulling weeds and grass from the yard. You go straight from mucking out all winter straight into yard maintenance. You just don't get a minute, right? You don't get a minute. You don't get a minute. But that's our way. That's unfortunately our way as horse owners. Hello, everyone, says Vanya. Anyone else picking ragwort till it comes out your ears? We let Rachel
If
do
it's
that.
coming out your ears, you've got something wrong, Vanya.
Deb Jackson says, sorry, a bit late. Hi, everyone. Hi, Deb. Charlotte says that rattle needs an upgrade, Gary.
It does, but I can't say too much, otherwise my wife is very attached to this rattle. But I am looking on Amazon to get an upgrade, but I
All I
haven't
have
found
to
one
say
that I
to you,
like.
Gary, don't.
What? Don't upgrade it?
No.
Oh, no, it's got to be done. It's got to be done.
No.
What?
Just don't.
Oh, you know something that I know.
I do,
Okay.
so just don't. Right, there you go.
Okay.
And no,
Save
we're not
my
going there.
money.
Right, save your money.
Okay.
And in the middle. I'm in the middle with you. Okay.
So in the middle at the front.
At the middle at the front.
Okay, now I remember. She's reminding me now.
Was it here?
So
Right
she
at the
was
very middle.
asking. Now it's going to have to grow out. Yeah, that's what your question was on the group, wasn't it? I think it was on Monday's musing post or something.
Do you want to see how an abscess grows out of the front?
Don't you think of putting a picture up if you haven't got a pink cursor?
Oh,
it's not happening. I'm going to make you do it.
Hang on, I have to just think of where.
Everybody will just not think that I have any clout whatsoever on this podcast if I don't get you to change that cursor.
Oh, where's that picture I had? Oh, no. Oh, darn it. It's disappeared. Oh, I had a picture. Let me just see if I put in bum. I can't find it. Hang on, let me just one more look. Let's see if I see it. No, I will have to have a look. I have a picture. I have a picture of what it looks like when an abscess is growing out. I'll try and see if I can find it. If Gary gets chatting later on, I'll with any pearls of wisdom, I'll go see if I can find it. I've got it somewhere. I've got a few of them actually, but this particular one's really cool, and it goes in the shape of the. In fact, didn't we see one? In fact, recently we saw one on a post.
We did. Now, who was that?
Anyway, so the reason it's burst at the middle is because he's got something going on at the toe. So when you look underneath and we look at the toe, it was a hind foot, wasn't it? Has he got toe in play on that hind foot? So some microbes and pathogens have had a party in here, and it might be the new movement that's kind of just gone, and that's technical, and then it's marched its way all the way up and burst at the point of no resistance. Oh, I've got people sending me pictures. That's Jeanette. I'll have a look at that in a minute. Right, let's keep moving on. Sarah, yes, Vanya, it's never ending. Francis is here. Hello, Francis. Joe says, my pony had a great abscess burst at both balls of her compacted heel. Ooh, it's progress. I know it's horrible, but it's progress.
Part of healing.
It is. Meta's here. Good evening, all. Good to see you. It's good to see you. It's sycamore saplings I keep picking just now, Vanya. Only good for the fire. That's made Gary's made everybody very paranoid about that.
Paranoid about sycamore. Yeah. You need to pick them up.
You do. Dawn says, a friend of my husband and my former farrier came yesterday, and I showed him the results of my first trim with my nippers. He asked straight away to see pictures from above, and then laughed when I told him that underneath is what is more important, and that he has natural flair. He then told me to chop it off. Still laughing.
Well, you know better. Sorry, but you know better.
Okay, right. I'm doing a couple of. I can put this up on the screen then. This is what's so cool about this. So, oh God!
We need an emoji for banging a head against a brick wall.
Lisa, good. Oh, was a good pronunciation. I've been following your YouTube videos for a while. Just found the group about 2 weeks ago. Woo! Good to hear
You're very
you're with
welcome.
us.
You're very
You're
welcome.
very, very welcome. Angela Moore, hello from Canada. Hello, Angela. How are you?
Hiya.
Monica says we are on a big trip with our horses. Oh, 140 kilometers on 4 days, and we are now halfway. Tomorrow we get back home. Oh, that's cool. Tell us how
An
you're getting on.
adventure.
Tell us how you're getting on, how the feet are holding up, all of that sort of stuff. We'd love to know. Aston says, yes, please. I can't see Lindsay's cursor from South Africa.
That's what I was giggling at before I was reading ahead.
Right. Ooh. Okay. Blue has had his front toe sole rasped away for about 2 months, and both toes have cracked. How do I find his true sole now? Also, Pony Boy is in pain after every trim. I was told in my post that his heels and bars were still too high after me guiding the trimmer and trimming him. He was sore after her trim for 4 days, and then he was trotting around 5 days later. Then I took his heels and bars down and very sore again now. He's very chalky in the bar area, so I scooped that out. Okay, if they have been, and I have to see if we can find Pony Boy's pictures. If they have been taut, right, they've been compacted and a bit coke canny at the back, and I can't really remember. I think I did I'm sure I did a video for you, didn't I? So if they have been like that, and the adjustments, how often are you doing the adjustments? Are you doing them 3 weekly? Don't do them longer than that. It is a process of them getting down. It's a process of that, but it's so important to get them off the tip of P3. Nobody wants them to be in pain. But also I'm concerned that your balance might not be correct, because if whining, she whined to come in, and she's look, Pinky, turn around. No, if the balance isn't right, you're getting the heels down, but then you're tipping it back because the toe's too long. Blah blah blah. So we need to see those. Have you put them up in a post recently? Have you put Pony Boy's pictures up in a post?
I've just found the post, Linz. Do you want me to share it?
Yeah, share it, because you've got your green cursor. Hang on, I'm just letting my dog out. Hold on. Oh no, hold on. I've got my doors knackered. So knackered. Need somebody come and fix my doors. You see my Scottishy, tartany, baggy pajama bottoms? Well, they're not really pajamas, they're sort of day trousers, really. Blum blum blum. Jeanette says pics of my boy's burst coronary abscess growing down. Ooh, we'll have a look in a minute. I was trying to find a picture of it inside, not the outside. I got loads of pictures of the outside. We did a sagittal section to show it growing down. Okay, what have we got here? Who is this Pony Boy?
I believe so. Hold on, let me go back. I just wanted to make sure it was working.
Oh, sorry, I'm not yawning. That just suddenly came up on me.
So here we go. Can you see that?
Can you make it bigger? If you click on it and... Okay,
because I can't see you now, so that's...
Can you click on see more?
What do you mean see more? Oh yeah. There you go. I thought you changed my name then. I thought I've gone from Gary to Seymour.
Suddenly Seymour is standing beside me.
God, why do I
suddenly
bloody
Seymour. What's that from? What's Suddenly Seymour from? Gary doesn't know. Does anybody else know what Suddenly Seymour came from?
No idea.
How can you not know? Suddenly Seymour. Right, Pony Boy. No, let's see if everybody watching knows. Right, Pony Boy is in compliance with all diet and management. He is in pain again after I trimmed down his heels and bars 12 days after the trimmer did them. 12 days after the trimmer did them. Why are we doing it in 12 days? Is that because you feel she didn't take them far enough? I posted the trim here and was advised to take them down. Oh, I see. Okay. He was uncomfortable after the trimmer did him, but bounced back after 4 days. And right before I trimmed him, he was doing so well, trotting and bright-eyed. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. You're not doing anything wrong, probably. It looked like he was, he had some of the chalky soul and did my best to find the HSP. I watched day 6 of the 15 and for the first time really understand where the apex of the frog is. I may have trimmed in front of it a bit. I don't understand why he keeps getting worse after a trim. Eventually he improves. How helpful would it be to get x-rays and which ones are recommended? I'm posting a lot of photos hoping you could find what I'm doing wrong. Oops, I posted the wrong video. Here he is between the trimmer and my touch up. He was doing a lot better 4 days of trim and he was doing great. Okay. Can you click on all the photos, Gary? Let's start working through them. Can you blow it up a little bit, make them a bit bigger? Stop. All right, so we are on the ground.
That good?
Yeah, so we got a bit of a healing angle coming in, which is great. But that healing angle's not staying steady, but we have got, that's a bit sharper coming back in now. Okay. Not looking too bad. Looks like toes on the ground. All right, let's get the next picky in. You blow it up a bit. Okay. So the big line, that big dent of a line is the change, the first major change of you getting the heels down and getting that trim better. And that was probably around 2 months ago, I'd say. Something like that. 6 weeks to 8 weeks ago. Okay, let's move on. It's not a lot we can see there other than we've got a bit of curvature still going up at the quarters, which makes me think that we might not be getting quarters down to the hard sole plane. All right. What do we see there? Gary, what do you see?
We've still got a bit of compaction here, just a little. We've got bars that are slightly above the hard sole plane, and we've got separation showing now. We've got separation showing here, and I'm not 100% sure whether that toe is on the ground yet. Difficult to say from this image.
Looks like you've got a bit more chalky sole, like you said in the...
Yeah, and I'm wondering whether there's a little bit of something going on in the central sulcus as well, but there's only so much you can see on this image.
Yeah.
So which is this? That's right 4. Okay.
Okay, let's move on. The bars are a bit long there.
Yes.
All right, this is an important image now, so let's blow this up. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
So,
Can't go anymore.
no. So this is an important image because what this is showing us is that you're not down to the hard sole plane with the quarters and the heels, right? And as I suspected, I think your problem is more of a balance issue, and the fact that he's been high in his heels for a long time, and I can't remember what his feet looked like at the start. I'll be honest, I've kind of forgotten. I wonder if I can find, just hold fire there for a minute.
Okay.
Because I've got a feeling Megan McDiarmid. So that's blue. 30th of March, 8th of April. That's not Pony Boy, is it? That's blue. Oh, I think I might have done your video on blue, and then I did one on Pony Boy. So that was on the 30th of March. So if I find the 30th of March one, which is this one, and then I go on and I share my screen. Oh, have I knocked you out? Oh, look, we can go one or the other. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that is cool, isn't it?
Right, if I just look at the one that we've got of your, this is 30th March, isn't it? Let's just go and have a look. See, they don't look too crazy, these front feet, but I see we've been taking toe, don't we? And he was having problems then, wasn't he? Let me just read what you said. Having trouble twins, having trim toes. His trimmer lives. He was put in a deep shave and is having trouble walking since mid-January. Okay. So yeah, so we were removing toes. They weren't looking too bad, but you see, some horses are incredibly sensitive. Right.
Oh, now I remember.
I've familiarized myself now. Right, now, questions. Are you still putting him out in a muzzle? We need to sort of change the mindset of this horse too, because that could be an issue. So what's happened here is the heels from side to side, I can't really tell particularly whether they're balanced. They don't look too bad, but they're certainly not down to the hard sole plane. And neither are the quarters. So we don't know whether he's getting pressure up through the quarters. I think he is, because if you look at the hoof wall, you can see that it rises at the quarters, the rings. So you need everything to come down to the hard sole plane, which you're not quite at. Okay, can you go on to the next picture?
That's the right four again, but it's pretty
Okay.
much the same image,
Well,
isn't
yeah,
it?
let's just blow it up, because it's just slightly in a better balance image, isn't it?
So the balance actually looks all right.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know. It looks to me like you're high on that left quarter in terms of the balance, that he's hitting the ground at his quarters. That's what it looks like to me. You need to go back and look at
Oh,
that
yes,
balance.
yes, 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 yes. I was just looking at the heels.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about the
Yeah, yeah.
dorso-palmar balance, and and if you have quarter in play, and he does, he's got, or you're
Yeah,
trimming it
there's
kind of
too much
flat.
here. There's too much here.
You're trimming it flat, so you're trimming it from his heels. It then goes up slightly at the quarters, and that's the main. You basically got his points at 10 to 2, and then the heels, and he doesn't like it. So you need to get that down out of the way. So balance is your dorso-palmar heel to toe balance is an issue. Heel to heel ish balance, I think, is okay. Right. Okay, move on. Yeah, blow that up a little bit.
So this bit here, oh yeah, sorry. It's big, it's much bigger for me.
There. Yeah,
So
so
this bit here
that's
is
high,
much it's
and
much higher than here.
and those
That,
toe quarters as well. You can
yeah,
see the
here.
far one. Do you see the far one over there?
And this one over here,
Yeah, there you
that's
go.
above the hard sole plane.
All right. So you haven't got. So his sole is slightly doing the opposite of what his hoof capsule's doing, and his balance isn't right. So you're not there yet. You've not got full toe on the ground by the looks of it. Although I think you're very close.
It's getting close, isn't it?
Mm. Just goes to show, doesn't it? Just looked like in those original photos that he wasn't that far off, and then there he is. He is. Okay, moving on. This is why we need so many photos, because it's important to see it at all different angles, because photos can be deceiving. Can you
So that's
blow
the
that
left
up?
four now. That's the left four now, isn't it?
Inside of the left fore, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
You'd have to see underneath. I'm not sure that the toe's on the ground.
No, it isn't. Top of the toe isn't, by the looks of it.
Not yet.
It looks like he's got more of an arch at his quarters, but difficult to tell. Okay.
I say this is the left four now.
Okay, so this is a different, completely different kettle of fish now. This left fore has got compaction. It's also got infection around the bars, and you've left quite a lot of bar material. Yeah, there you go. And on the other side.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. It's quite different, isn't it, to the other foot? You need, don't know, I've got a pen in my hand. You need to, so the actual bar finishes only not quite halfway down the frog. You can actually see a little crack where it starts. Yeah, so that a little bit
It'll be
further up
rough
than
there,
that.
but
Yeah, a little bit further up than that, where that first
oh,
crack.
there.
Yeah. So and then the rest of it is old bar material that's accreted forward, but you can see I think there's infection under there.
It needs cleaning out and having a look, but only down to the hard sole plane.
Okay, moving on. I want to blow that up a bit more.
It's a bit blurry, isn't it?
I don't know what we've got going on with balance. When you do these heel shots, can you do them so they are that way, like you had it before? So it's when you load them up, rotate them so that as if because we never look down a foot like that. So we always look down a foot like that. So when you
That's what I'm having to do to look at the balance.
Yeah, and the heels look like they probably are a bit high on that one, but you can't tell because it's a bit compacted, isn't it? Keep going. Let's have that one blown up.
No, that one doesn't look so bad.
But if you okay, so just below the bars, as the bars dip down, can you see it if you came across from the apex of the frog, Gary? You can see like there's a lump in the sole. No,
what, here?
Yeah, so that looks like put your hands on it and feel what's going on there. That you make sure you haven't got any lumps and bumps that are going to be proud than the walls. Your problem is balance, I think, and possibly a little bit of infection in the foot that keeps on being woken up. But he's very, very sensitive to his balance. I do think you need X-rays because I can't remember how long you'd said that he'd had his toe chopped off for. Even though it didn't look like it was a lot, it was enough. I'd like to see what's going on with P3 inside his foot. I think it's time to get some X-rays so that we can see what is going on in there. If he's continually not happy after a trim, I think you need to do that. And also, of course, you need to get the balance right. Absolutely. Little shop of horrors bopped you up.
That's the one that I was going to go for.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Oh,
went
moving
the wrong
on.
way. Oh, come on, Gary, get a grip.
Are you leaving the toe alone, or are you creating that bevel there at the toe?
You can see how it's just falling away slightly.
Are
you creating that by accident, or are you leaving the toe alone?
I think probably leaving it alone because they can't see the rasp marks in
I
there.
can't see too many rasp marks, but it's good to clarify, isn't it? It's good to clarify.
Yeah. Megan says the toe is being left. Good. Leave it alone, leave it alone, leave it alone. Let's see what Megan is. I am not sure how to deal with balance. Where are you on the challenge? What day are you on? Because we talk about it in the group call, and we also talk about it in another lesson.
It's in one of the 10-day challenges. I can't remember which day it is.
It's in the 10-day challenge. Yes,
I
she
think
did.
that's I think that
Can't
I think
remember what you
that's
did.
it.
I posted mentors. I'm feeling desperate. I know you've posted quite a few times. I know you're feeling desperate. We need to get him x-rayed, my darling. Can we do that? Can we x-ray Pony Boy? I think it's important. Is that a yes to that? I don't know. I would be nervous to take more heel and bar with him being so I really can't keep his boots on all the time because he feels feet are so moist. We have to have x-rays. And you say you're nervous to take more heel, but what do you think you're causing if you don't? If you don't get the heel down to what's showing you is the hard sole plane, then P3 is going to be positive, and that is dangerous. So as he comes back, that feeling that he potentially, hopefully what he's feeling is just it feels a bit odd. But if the balance isn't right, it's going to feel like, you know, when you go to the dentist and they fiddle about with your teeth and they might put a filling in and you come away and you're like, oh, no, I can't bite properly now. How many of us have the tiniest little bit of grit inside our boot or shoe and we put our foot on and it feels like a flipping great boulder? Ever had that? And you're like, oh,
Frequently.
and you take your thingy out and you shake it out, and what falls down on the ground is a teeny little tiny thing, and you're like, ooh, didn't like that. That wasn't very nice. Balance
It's
is
usually hoof
important.
clippings going in my boot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
It
muzzle.
feels like a whole hoof's in there, and it's a piggy little bit.
And no muzzle because you're not and he's got no grass. Zero grass. Like none. Just hay. Is that right? I was told by a pro that I had taken too much. What, one of our pros? Taken too much what? So I need to trim flat to the apex. You're not trimming flat, so you're not trimming heel to the quarters flat. You're trimming the sole down, the walls down to the hard sole plane. The sole is your guide. If you do that, you'll get a slight arch at the quarters.
You'll get an arch at the quarters. It doesn't need to be flat.
Are you in the 10-day challenge yet, or are you still stuck in the 15-day? Because when you get to the 10-day, you'll get more information. How often would you expect to take photos for the journey, start to finish? Every trim. Every trim. Before and after. If you really want to document it, document as much as you can before and after. We encourage our students to do lots and lots and lots of photos. It was Blue who had his toes rasped away. Okay. The toe is being left. Good job. Well done. I'm on 7 day. Of the 10 or the 15? Probably the 10, I would think. Yes, you will x-ray. Good girl. Go and get the x-rays and stick them up in the group so that we can see. We need to know. We do need to see it. And don't despair. Janet says it was worse to take off too much heel bar or not enough. You won't take off too much. If you follow the hard sole plane, you won't take off too much. There's a big thing that goes around, mainly just exactly what Megan just said. I'm fearful to take too much heel and quarter because it's going to make him too sore. We need to see the x-rays is number one, but that's what stops people from taking heel. And then what happens is we don't take it the next time. We leave a little bit more and heel starts to creep up again. I've got a great post I'm putting out tomorrow of one of the students sent to me of how a foot can change in just a few months when two different people trim the foot. Two different people with different thoughts. One person who trims correctly to the hard sole plane, and then somebody who comes along, thinks the toe is too long, chops the toe off and leaves the heels. And it's a startling change in just a few months of the same foot. And we do it in reverse, of course. But if you don't take the heel and bars down to the hard sole plane. And of course, that's difficult when you've got a Coke can foot that's compacted, of course. If you don't do that because you're fearful of soreness, then what you end up doing is allowing P3 to be in the wrong position. Don't confuse that slight discomfort at the back of the foot as being terrible. That is terrible when they're walking around on the tip of P3 and they come back and they have to readjust. It's a slight readjustment, and it shouldn't go on forever. If the balance is being done and the trim is being done correctly, that discomfort should really, if it is at all, shouldn't be as excessive as Pony Boy's having it, which is why I need to know what's going on inside that foot. I need to know what's going on with P3. That's important. Okay. Is there a trick to checking balance? I will do my best to speed up on the challenges. Just watch them every day. Is there a trick to it? Yes, there is. It's not really a trick, but there is a way you need to do it, and we explain that to you when we talk to you in the group session. Yeah. He has 0 grass.
Great.
Heel and bar. I am stuck in the 15-day, but I feel I may have to fast forward as I have no help around me. Let me go look where you are. Let me go see where you are. Blum, 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 blah, 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 blum. I'm reluctant to fast forward you simply because there's so much stuff you kind of need to know. And although you can go back and watch it, but the thing is, let me find you. Let me find little Megan. Here she is. You're just going to have me talking about it, guys. Megan McDermott. Courses. Activity. Okay, you are on day 6. So you got the equine gut. You started. Species visit 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, you're halfway through, aren't you? Okay. Right. I can fast track you because I'm like that, but you're going to have to privately message me. If you privately message me to my private message, not to the HM messenger, privately message me. And if you're ready to go on, you like, I've watched that bit, Lindsay, can I watch another bit so that you can hurry up through it? I'm happy to do that. So just message me and we'll have a look. Charlotte, Megan, is there black under the bars when you trim them? Does he have thrush in his central sulcus, do you think? There's some black under that bar. It's a bit manky, isn't it? I have been working on my minis, taking a lot of heel off to the HSP. No one is lame. Just did my mini donkey who had so much compaction, feet finally softened up with the rain, got so much off, no lameness, either taking off so much. Yeah, it's not usual. I have to say it isn't usual. It does happen, but we're not so bothered about. I mean, it's an awful thing to say. We're not bothered about the soft tissues. Of course we are, but the soft tissues are repairing. But P3 cannot repair. When it's dead, right? It can't come back. And so that's why we need to see what's going on in there. So let's see if we can get what is compaction? So compaction is when you think you're down to the hard sole plane because it's hard, but actually the true hard sole plane is underneath that because the foot has been allowed to compact, where the heels have been allowed to creep up and under. Bum, bum, bum. Fills up, gets hard. You look like you were going to say a pearl of wisdom then, Gary. Was that just a breath
no,
in?
there is, and the compaction can be. You've seen these horrible Coke can feet that they come leaning out, and that compaction can be like this big in the heel. Now, that's not the case with your horse. If there is compaction there, it's actually going to be quite a little bit, because the way that the hoof looks, it's not completely overgrown. It's not completely underrun. We're just talking about a little bit here. There's extremes of compaction. But getting those heels down to the hard sole plane is your start. And then I suppose if there was a pearl of wisdom about, like Lindsay said, about the hoof wall being above the hard sole plane in the quarters, so that's the edges, a file so that hoof wall matches that sole will take those high points away. I think that's something that you could do as soon as, because then it takes those high points away, and he's not got those high points where nature wouldn't put them. So, and you will have a scoop in that quarter, but you're not putting the scoop in, you're just following the hard sole plane. So I think those are two things that you could do that will have a big impact on him right away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Just because she sent it, and it'd be rude not to. Here is what here's what Jeanette shared with us. Share screen. Window. Boom. Boom. So can you see this? Sorry, I haven't got my pink pointer. Can you see this?
No.
Look, if I do it really fast, it gets very big. This burst, boop, this burst right up at the top, and it grew down. Can you see the line, the stress line when it burst? You see, that's interesting. It's always been interesting.
And they can be bigger than that.
That's
quite modest one. That one. That's a very modest one.
Teeny modest one. But if we look down here, can we see that you've got these cracks, and that is a crack that is almost definitely, if we looked at the white line underneath, where that is traveling up, and the temptation is to try and rasp that back. And I'm not sure if this is I think this might be an older picture, because I don't think you're doing that anymore, are you? No, Lindsay, I'm not doing that anymore. I promise you I'm not doing that anymore. Of course you're not, Jeanette. No, good. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Are you sure about that? No, absolutely. I'm not doing that anymore. I promise I'll never do that anymore. Good job. Can't find. I got, I had one right at the top. What am I talking about? Here's another one. Let's stop sharing that one. Thank you for that, Jeanette. Much appreciated. Here's another one.
No.
She says no one.
Jeanette says, no, I'm not.
Good girl. Because Lindsay will be after your guts for garters if that's the case. Now, careful now. I don't want to dictate to you what you have to do, because that would be, be a bad person for doing that. Here's another one. Can you see this?
Yeah.
This is more like what they look like. And you see at the epicenters. So he had one. This is pre-trim, by the way, hence or mid-trim, hence the reason it looks a bit shitty down here at the toe. We don't leave it like that. But if you I haven't got a picture underneath actually, and you can see it regularly bursting, and he'd be apt for another one when this one gets down here, mainly because it just happens. These abscesses will recur if the problem isn't fixed, and you fix it from the inside by making sure that everything that's down there at that stretch in the toe or quarters, because this is slightly to the quarter, isn't it, or heels, isn't harboring pathogens. It's easier with a bar because you can clear the bar. It's not so easy when you've got a hole in a crack in the wall or a hole in the lamella wedge, because you got to wait for that to grow out. All right, but yeah, stop sharing. Where are we? Bum 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 bum. So compaction is from under trimming. Yes.
Yes. And then that flaky sole that you often see gets so compacted with being on the ground and being hammered in, it gets so hard, it looks like it's hard sole plane, but it's not. So it's just being hammered on and hammered on and hammered on and hammered. It takes a lot to get compaction. Takes a lot to get compaction. But once you've got rid of it and the hoof care is right, it very rarely returns. Very rarely returns.
Does compaction naturally remedy from the proper trim? Well, that's what we're saying. Yeah, it gets there eventually, but at times you do have to get in a little bit more than you might do. That's not helping you. Compaction is difficult, and you know something? It's absolutely everywhere because people don't trim to the HSP. And in fact, the post I'm going to put up tomorrow is about that. I could maybe I could give you a preview. Do you want to see a little preview?
Oh, that's good. All
right, I haven't actually put the post together yet, but it will come together. Where are you, my lovely? Where are you? Oh, there she is. Right. Ooh, load. It's loading. Okay. Right. Okay. So, all right. Let me go and find that one. Right. So Vanya sent me these. This isn't Vanya who's trimming them. Oh, she is trimming them now, but speak, Lindsay. Find your words, Forrest. She is trimming them now. And Ramona was dealing with this lady before that. All right, it's coming. Just hold on. It's coming. There we go. All right, so this is the foot of a horse that was laminitic, is growing out lamella stretch. If we blow that up, you can see that the coronary band is at a nice angle. The heels are a little high, but this is an odd shot, actually. So the heels look higher than they actually are. If you go over and look at the left fore, you can see that the heels aren't really that high. So it gives you that impression. But the point is, we were leaving the toe to grow out. The horse was doing so much better, but Ramona couldn't go any longer. And Ramona and Vanya were swapping over. But the lovely lady got a little bit waylaid and ended up going with, you can see how it's growing out here. You can see where we're going. If we look at this picture here, you can see it's a little bit blurry, but we're down to the hard sole plane where the toe is pretty much on the ground. Ramona could only touch this bit here because that was the bit that needed balancing, and she wasn't really touching anything else, right? And there's the nice balanced heels. That's a nice balance from heel to toe. But when Ramona because Ramona lives in Spain, she couldn't go to this lady in the end. So they were doing a swap over. So this lady decided to go with another man, another trimmer, and he trimmed this horse. Let's go from that. So this was in December, and he took over trimming. And when he turned up, he said the toes were too long. And he took the toe off, and the lady questioned him and said, why do we need to do that? And he said, because you just have to, because there's going to be tearing, because there's going to be a problem next time he came. Anyway, the upshot is pony's not doing so well, wasn't doing so well. And this is what the foot looked like when Vanya came yesterday to take a photograph after this man had been doing the hoof care since January. You see the problem? Can't see you. Are you nodding? What are you doing? Are you shaking your head,
I'm
Gary?
shaking my head in disbelief.
That is only in
That's less than 6 months.
way less than 6 months. Because I think he started, I don't know, she did that in December, so January sometime. That's how quick it can happen. And then you take that and you extrapolate that over a few years, right? That's how quick this can happen. And this person, oh, I've lost me. Where's it gone? This person was told that this was too long, and so he needed to take that off. And every time he came, he didn't bother with the feet. And just to add a little, this won't go on the post, but look here, and the trim wasn't that long
God.
ago. Okay.
Oh my God, I'd love to get in there, wouldn't you?
I think this is a different one. I'm not quite sure if it's the same pony. But no, it's a different one. But look what's happened here. If we blow this up, you can see how high the heels have been really left. That's incredible. And they've been the surface area has been shortened and the toe has been removed. So we're now on our way to Coke can territory. Can you see that? Can you see how that is happening from that to that? Do you see it?
Yeah, Therese has just put up a post. What? It doesn't look like the same foot.
It is.
And in 6 months, and no, shut up, Gary.
Normally we go the other way. Normally we take a foot like this and take it back to, and we have to go through the process. And on that process, we get here. So Ramona was doing really well. She was getting through and doing really, really well. And then we ended up with this. And it would have just got worse and worse. So what have we done? We've shortened the surface area. We've removed the horn tubules from the ground. Heels are now rampantly growing away. We feel they're rampant, but they're not really. They're just those other pictures I think are from another foot. They're not going really fast. It's just they are going faster than the toe because the toe is slowed right down. And because he doesn't like the look of the toe, but look how the coronary band is now getting straighter and straighter and straighter. It's almost horizontal. So that means that P3 now is on its tip. And now what has to happen is we have to reverse that process and start bringing the heels back along until we get to this again. And then gradually, it will gradually grow out. But that is just the type of hoof care that you get from people who believe in the realignment trim, that don't understand toe on the ground, that don't understand heel. So that is a good example of that. Thank you for sharing that with us. What did you think of that?
Well, I think it just highlights the importance of correct hoof care and how it can go completely wrong in such a short amount of time. Really short amount of time. So even though that pony's and that poor owner is going through a really difficult time right now, how brilliant is it that we can actually share that?
Yeah,
And
she said we could share it. We got the owner's permission to share that.
People aren't going to like it, and they're going to turn around and say, but we only show extreme cases. Well, no, it's not us showing extreme cases now. It's 6,600 people bringing us these sick cases, which is a good representation of what's going on in the world. I'm getting on my soapbox. It's my turn.
Even it. So what we get? Yeah, right. Hang on. What we got? We got loads of oh my god. Nikki was. Yeah, everybody's like, mama, mama, god. Oh my god, Nikki. Oh my god. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, yeah. What the? Yeah, no. Oh my god, that's awful. You wait. You're gonna hear something in a minute. Oh my god. Oh my god. Poor pony. You can see why it happens though. That's not laminitis.
It's not
It's
laminitis.
incorrect hoof care, right?
It is incorrect
Oh
hoof
no,
care.
it's laminitis. So somebody would come along, vet, horse gets worse and worse. I
Then they'd
can't work.
X-ray.
I can't
Then
walk
they'd
now.
X-ray.
Oh my god, I can't walk. X-ray comes along, takes the X-ray, and ooh,
Pedal bone's tipped. Oh my god, it's laminitis.
there you go.
Paint it with the laminitis brush.
That's it.
I need a
All them,
I need a brush now instead of a pen.
yeah, paint it with laminitis. Oh, there's no turning back now. I'm afraid that's it. You're like, what? Get over yourselves. Get the heels back down. Stop letting it go up in the air like that. Stop letting it just stop. Toe slows right down. Heels keep going and as it rotates. Poor pony. Oh my God. We are all shocked and saddened. I know. So sad. Absolutely. Such a short period of time. Oh my God, poor pony. I was wrong. I thought Ramona trimmed in December. No, that trim you saw was on the 24th of January. 24th of Feb, 24th of March, 24th of April, 24th of May.
4 months.
4 months. That's 2 trims. Pretty much, isn't it? No, 3 trims.
3 trims. Doing nothing but concentrating on the toe.
Toe off, toe off, toe off.
Toe off, toe off, toe off, and
She
doing
said to him
nothing
on the
at the
last
back
time,
of the foot.
should we do the heels? No, don't need to do the heels. Heels are fine. And he caused rotation. He caused that. So inside, it's gone like that. And X-ray, oh, it's laminitis. And nobody would say, oh, that was farrier area or trimmer area error. No, it's laminitis. Oh yeah, you can see P3. It lost connection with the toe wall and it went through the capsule. You're like, are you having an actual laugh? What is wrong with you all? When you see that
So
post
bloody
tomorrow,
frustrating.
when you see me put that post up, comment. because we're told, aren't we? Oh, it's terrible. All these people leaving those long toes. Chop, chop, chop. Chop it off. That's what you get. And isn't that a perfect example of what we're doing to what it ended up in just 4 months? Now, where Ramona had it wasn't perfect because there was some compaction at the back of the foot, but she's getting down, had nearly got there, to be fair. You could see how down to the hard sole plane she was. And you could see that there was stretch. That's okay. Pony was doing fine. We were on our way. If we'd have left it there and continued, but Ramona lives in Spain. She was coming all the way over the border, all the way over the Pyrenees to go to this lady in France. She couldn't come anymore. And if she'd have, but luckily now we've got Vanya. So we did have that break. But if they had carried on with that hoof care, doing exactly the right thing down to the hard sole plane, leaving the toe alone, just leave it alone, it would have just been like, we'd been halfway out by now. We'd have been nearly there. Horse would have nearly had a normal looking foot. It's another 4 months down the line. Instead of that, we've gone right back to square one and back before square one. Way back before square one. We've got to try again. Meanwhile, poor pony has been in this position more progressively each month. And every time a trimmer comes, ponies go, please take my heels down. Oh my God, I need to lean back, please. I've got P3 in this position and my pony column's in a different position, please. No, it's rotation from laminitis. Right. And why do they think that? Because they don't have the pictures from before. They don't have it. They take it at one moment in time, and that moment in time is suddenly the story of its history. It isn't. The story of its history is what the person that was doing the hoof care was chop, 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 chop off the toe and leave at the, oh, I can't keep on top of the heels. I'm not coming back every 3 weeks. Sod that. I'll come back every 6. Meanwhile, didn't take enough heel off last time. So it's just going, toes coming off, bump, bump, bump. Foot's getting smaller and smaller, slowing down at the toe. And P3's like, oh,
Then you got the
nice.
wobble effect.
Then you got the wobble effect.
Major wobble effect going on because the foot is so much small, half the size of the surface area that it should be, and then you've got this big animal on the top, and then it can't actually get a grounding. So then you've got this wobble effect going on all of the time, which
is
then affects all the
magnified.
soft tissues. And then they talk about soft tissues, and you can't take the heel down all in one go. Balls.
Get it
Balls.
down. P3's like that. Ah, I'm losing my toe.
So frustrating for the owner. So
And
frustrating.
we
See
are,
this daily,
and we're a cult.
but we are a
I was
cult,
very careful. I said cult.
and
there.
we are dictatorial. We are all of those horrible names. I'm not going into that again.
No. I've missed the live, not getting notifications, even though I signed up gutted. You can watch it again.
Melanie, once it's saved, I'll put a new link into the post so you can watch it on the page before it goes to YouTube. I'm trying to do that every day now. So if you miss it live, if you go to the same bit, I update it, I do an edit, and then there'll be a new link so you can just click straight on.
Doesn't look like the same hooves, says Therese. It is. I can tell you it's the same pony. We're all appalled. Yes, that's her new pony, the other one. And was that one trimmed by him at all, or just not trimmed? That's just the new one that's turned up. I can't remind me. StreamYard wouldn't let me in till 9 p.m. Will I watch on catch up? Happy bank holiday. Oh, because you had the old link.
Yeah, there's a new link there now. But again, Dawn, yeah, I'll stick the link in.
Gary messed up.
Well, I did because I was in the wrong country.
He's in the UK, so he put it on even. Oh, I don't
I
know what
put it on
did.
at what time I would have been in France. I forgot I was in the UK. I'm sorry.
Good morning. That last pick, high heels, etc. That's what I see every day here in New Zealand. Sad.
It is.
Everywhere. It's everywhere, Joe. Everywhere. But it doesn't matter because what we're saying is clearly wrong, apparently, and that it's laminitis. Thanks for another great live. Off to bed now. Bye-bye, Dawn. Go dream about your new nippers that you got the other day. That is why we must take our hooves into our own hands, or at least understand it so that we can have somebody who is good doing the feet. And when we say, please don't take the toe off because you disrupt the balance and blah, blah, blah. When that person says to you, no, I'm taking them off, you go, there's the
No,
gate.
you're not.
There's the
Yes,
gate.
off you go.
There's the gate. Just shut it behind you when you leave.
Yeah.
Bye.
Off you go. Bye.
But I know it's difficult because then you're like, damn it. Now what am I going to do? He's left the property. I'm going to have to find somebody else. Yeah, you are. Or you're going to have to come and find us. Don't let them do it.
You'll regret it.
You'll regret it. I mean, I've got some pictures, but I don't think I can show them to you because I haven't got the permission to do so. So I'm not going to do that. I mean,
No.
she would give you. She would
Yeah,
give me
but
permission, but I
it
haven't
needs to
asked
be
for it.
formal. Needs to be formal.
Aston, I'm so confused as to why the conventional pharaohs are still in the Dark Ages. Why? You confused? Aston, there was a podcast that went out on Thursday by 2 farriers who are barefooters and who are saying that what we're doing is wrong. We shouldn't be listened to because they're all doing it right. And aren't we silly? Leaving toes. Well, aren't you a bit mental? And so the reason that conventional farriers still do it and the reason the traditional equine world still does it is because of people like that who come out and slam people like us, because it stifles progression, because it pushes progression further underground, because we are not progression as far as they're concerned. We're a bunch of nutters who are in a cult. And so we're no good to anyone. And you people are just weak sheep that are following us. You're not doing it yourselves and finding out for yourselves. Oh, no, 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 no. Somehow Gary and I are like Father Christmas and flying around the
We
world to all your
brainwashed you.
properties, and we brainwash you. So it's because the world itself has been brainwashed with the wrong information. Yeah, that's why. Because they push you down, and they get taller again, and then go, oh, see, everybody come over here. Well, you got to take a toe off. You you can't leave a toe. Oh dear, no, silly people. I've not ever heard of lever forces. Oh dear. Oh, and horses land heel first. Of course they do. Yeah, right. And they're the only quadruped other than that and the elephant. Yeah, they land heel first. Of course they do. Right. No. So cows land heel first, do they? Deer land heel first. Sheep? How about a goat? Oh, well, they're they are not odd-toed ungulates, they're even-toed ungulates. And do they not have a fetlock? Do they not have a pastern? Do they not have a foot that is very similar? It just happens to have 2 toes at the end. Does my pig land heel first? No. Does my dog? Does my cat? No. So why suddenly should a horse? Why does an elephant? An elephant lands heel first because the anatomy is very different. The calcaneus is nearly in the foot. So it lands heel first. But more so than that, oh, she doesn't understand lever forces, titter. Oh, I think she needs to go back to school. I think it was said, even a baby in her womb would know about lever forces. All right. How about zero acceleration, boys? Do you know about that? Do you know about zero acceleration and how quickly P3 accelerates when it puts it puts itself downhill first when the horse is forced to do that? Why is the horse going downhill first? Heels aren't down to the hard sole plane. Foot is not balanced. Nobody does it, right? So very few people balance a foot properly because they don't go down to the hard sole plane. So balance is all over the shop because they're making it up as they go along. It's personal preference trimming. Shout out to the personal preference trimmers because that's what that podcast was doing. Oh, it's their method, that terrible method. It's not a method. Stop it. Oh, just because you put a name to it. We just put a name to it. It's not a method. It's a way. It's a way. It's a way of keeping your horses and trimming your horses to get the optimum balance, heel to heel, heel to toe, to get P3 into the optimal position and to keep P3 safe when you're rehabbing. Go and look up zero acceleration. Go and look how when the foot comes down flat, there is no acceleration. It is under zero acceleration by the time the fetlock starts to come down. But if you leave it so that it's heel first or toe first, P3 goes through an extremely fast acceleration, fast through its articulation as it hits the ground, because it's got to get itself in the right position. So it goes from that or that fast, and then the fetlock comes down. That's not efficient. It isn't efficient. They're not elephants. And elephants don't have different gaits. Elephants just walk faster.
Fast. It's a 4-beat gait.
It's just the same. And they just walk faster. Horses change their gait. And okay, when they hit undulating terrain, well, it's going to be a bit side of the foot. It's going to be a bit, but the foot's coming down so that it tries to. I mean, it's got a rock in the way here, then it's going to be a bit of a, but that's okay. But they were never designed to walk heel or toe first. We know that toe first landings cause problems. Why? Why does a toe first landing cause a problem? Because it causes the DDFT on its insertion, where it's got a particular angle of insertion, it causes that to do that every time the foot's put down. Repetitive strain injury as it keeps going down, boom, 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 till it just gets friction in that area around the navicular bursa. And I've got a YouTube channel, a YouTube video all about it. That's kind of been accepted now. Took a long time for that to get accepted. Kind of is. What makes you think they're doing it the opposite way? Heel first, same thing, ba-boom, 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 constantly. What makes you think that that suddenly is okay? Don't you say to me, even babies in the womb would understand lever forces if you can't understand zero acceleration and how important that is to the horse's foot. Go look it up. Rooney is where I'd start if I were you, because he got it right years ago. Viviane, this is such an awful lack of knowledge of the hoof anatomy and how a hoof does function. I know. Susan says, oops, a friend of mine in the USA sent me this message today about her horse being lame again. I've messaged her and given her the obvious advice. We shall see. My new trimmer, I think, screwed him up by taking off too much heel and thus allowing them to run forward. You see, she thinks an underrun heel is a low heel. You get it? That is a common mistake all the time, isn't it, Gary? Together with the toes. So taking the toes off, taking the heels off. So now I have yet another new trimmer who trimmed him back pretty aggressively, fronts and backs. So I can only wait and see how he does over the next few trimming. Lack of knowledge. Don't know what's going on. This lady, Ramona, came along, was sorting the trim out. This guy comes along, completely sends it the other direction. Vanya's coming along, brings it back down again. But if it wasn't, we weren't going there, and this lady had this trimmer, this farrier, that farrier. The poor P3 is never constant, and that is needed. It is a constant. It needs to be a constant. Oh, and incidentally, about the heel first landings, and particularly about the heel first landings, it changes in terms of acceleration because of the distance it's got to accelerate, depending on how high that heel is. Go look it up. And so each time, change, just is changing all the time because there's no constant to follow. Make it up, go along. We were told that it was 1/4 of an inch above the hard sole plane. That's really roughly where you leave the heel. Okay, so should we let that compact then? It's compacted. Should we leave it 1/4 of an inch above the compaction? Yeah. Then she'll leave it another 1/4 of an inch under the compaction. Yeah. Before you know it, that heel is a whole inch longer than where it should be. Oh, that's all right. Just keep taping off a toe. Woo! It's terrible. It can't walk anymore. Oh my God. Poor pony. It's like, and it's leaning back. Terrible. Awful. Laminitis stance. Silly, silly equine world. And we shouldn't say anything, apparently, also because we're bullies. And yet we do it to a collective. The collective equine world is getting it wrong and has done for years. Why is there no science? Because one of the only pieces of research was done in 2014 with Pete Ramey and can't remember who the others were. I'd have to look it up. Vet, Pete Ramey, a few others, where they took 14 obese horses and they trimmed it in the realignment trim. That's what they called it. And now everybody copies the realignment trim. And the realignment trim is basically where you're bringing the heels down, leaving it 1/4 of an inch above the hard sole plane and chop, chop, chop with the toe. Not only the toe, but all the way around the wall. So you've only got a tiny bit left. And it happens constantly. And then what they have to do, because they can't have any wall pressure, any wall lever forces, it's gonna tear, right? We never got to see the x-rays afterwards. I didn't get to see them. I don't know whether these horses that suffered osteonecrosis, but I tell you what they didn't do is that whole piece of research that has masses of holes in it because of all the variables, and you should go and read it. They didn't have a control group. Oops. What should the control group be? Where you leave it on the ground. No research has been done because they didn't do it. They left it out. They didn't do it because in their heads, they were convinced by the research that had been done on cadaver hooves that the forces were pulling away at the laminae. And a baby in the womb would know that. Right. Except a baby in the womb would also, or just coming out of that, and I'm only using those terms because those were the terms that were used. Anybody can see that a horse is sound when it's not pulling off its toe, rather, when it's got toe on the ground. Why? Oh, despite the trim. No, because you're saying that the toe is the lever forces at the toe and around the walls are tearing the laminae mechanically more. Agonizing. Therefore, it needs to be removed. But we leave it on the ground. The hoof growth rate sorts itself out. Everything becomes fine. No tearing. Oh, it gets better despite the trim. Are you not listening? Are you not listening? Because you are telling me that you are removing the toe wall because there is tearing at the laminae. That is agonizing. And horses who have high heels with P3 rotating where the laminae is being pulled apart, yeah, they're in pain.
That's agonizing.
Ever seen it? They're in agonizing pain. So when that toe wall is on the ground and that horse is trotting around, walking around, doing absolutely fine, that absolutely, to pardon the expression, pisses on your fireworks. Does it not? Because that horse would be in agony, and it isn't. Thank you, Gary. I've missed this live. No, that was a 2-year-old that she's just rescued from a place near her. She was told it was trimmed 2 weeks ago, but when I lifted the hoof, you can see that it's never been trimmed. The bars were nearly covering the whole sole. Okay, so because the owner doesn't know, she just assumed that they really had trimmed it. Vanya picks it up and goes, oh my God. Also, what are we seeing there is an animal that hasn't been moving very much. Charlotte, sue them for defamation if you can be bothered. I see it's so frustrating because it's just so obvious, isn't it? And when we show that picture from that to that, and people are going, oh, they show no case studies. Are you serious? We show case studies all the time. I mean, what are you doing? Believing your lying eyes? It's bizarre. Was at the Hay on My Book Festival today, saw this quote, always thinking of trimming. Do not go with the flow, be the flow.
I like that one.
We love this saying in Finland. Please translate this.
The trouble is I can't copy and paste it.
I can't copy and paste that. Ala lahasti Sonia edesta. Evosta taka alaka idiotia. I reckon that's idiot. Mistan sunasta. I reckon I recognise one word there, and that was idiot. I can't wait for you to Google translate that, Pia. Unfortunately, for them to acknowledge this information, they will have to admit that they may have been doing the wrong thing. Also, they lose their professional status if the client starts to question their knowledge and ask awkward questions. Awkward. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're asking. Oh, Jan is here. Yeah, so
That was Jan.
it was Jan. So I don't know why I read that as Julie then. It was Jan. Sorry, Jan. Yeah, I know. They don't want it. Don't want it. They want you to be like mushrooms, keep you in the dark, keep feeding you shit. That's what they want. That's the dark mushroom. That's the mushroom who lives in the dark. It's how you keep mushrooms growing. They just call it mechanical laminitis. It's not the toe that's the problem. It's never been the toe that's the problem. It's the heels that are the problem. It's always been the heels. And then you compound it by removing the toe. Honestly, sometimes I do have to pinch myself and think, what parallel universe are we walking on here? What parallel universe is this? There's no research. No, because nobody ever did it. And incidentally, it was 8 out of the 14 horses recovered. Some of them they lost. Some of them got laminitis again. Various issues happened. Well, they said they had laminitis in the first place, but we don't know whether that was truly laminitis, do we? And 8 out of 14, so that's not even 50%. Sorry, I had to wait for my mum to go to bed. Hope you are both okay. We're okay, Jackie. And thank you so much for your support out there. Phoenix Warrior. Don't approach a bull from the front or horse from behind, and don't approach an idiot from any direction.
I like that.
Oh God, I love it. Oh, that's perfect.
I'm gonna have to nick that.
Oh God, that's just lovely. You are correct. The poor 2-year-old was just shut away a lot of the time. Oh lordy lord, lordy lordy lord. Translation Google don't. Yeah. It's so good. That's so good. Yeah, everybody's at it now. I love it.
Everybody's Googling for us.
Love it, love it, love it. Love that. Okay. Hour and 26 minutes. We need to disappear. Thank you so much for listening this evening and coming along.
And thank you for all your support out there too. It really does mean the world to us. It really does.
It does mean the world to you. Don't get yourself into hot fights. There's no point.
No,
because there isn't. But you know, keep talking about how you need to understand the foot more, how owners need to understand the foot. That you've seen by that display, they're not prepared to change or listen, and that's fine. We've always said it isn't the professionals that are going to change, it's the owners, and they don't like the fact that we call out the equine world. But think on this: we call out the equine world as a collective. We don't call out personal people and insult them personally. Anyway, hey ho. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we're back on it, guys. We're back up here because you keep us up on cloud 9. See you tomorrow. Have a good evening. Have a good day. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.